Okay, factoring day 2. Sorry. I've been in this room alone for a while now because it's the day before the first day of school. Anyways, I'm getting a little weird. Okay, let's go. So, factoring with 4 terms. So, if we have x cubed plus 7x squared plus 2x plus 14. The first step is to group the first 2 terms, group the second 2 terms. And then we're going to take out a GCF. So we have to see, what do x cubed sorry, and 7x squared have in common? X squared. So we're going to pull that out. You're left with x plus 7. And then 2x plus 14, I'm going to pull out the 2, and I'm left with x plus 7. Now they have the x plus 7 in common, so I'm going to pull out that x plus 7, and I'm left with x squared plus 2. So we have x plus 7 and x squared plus 2. That's our answer. But we're going to distribute to double check, and it works. So we're golden. Golden doodle. Okay? Let's do these ones. So first, we're going to group the first 2, group the second 2. What do x cubed and 4x squared have in common? Well, they have an x squared in common. What do 8x and 32 have in common? They have an 8 in common. Then we're going to pull out that x plus 4, so that's x plus 4 and x squared plus 8. Yep. Okay, on C, for subtraction, you have to include that subtraction sign in the parentheses. So that's going to be w cubed plus 5w squared, and then negative 8w minus 40. What do w cubed and 5w squared have in common? A w squared, so I'm left with w plus 5. Negative 8w and negative 40, they have a negative 8 in common, and I'm pulling out a negative because this is a negative sign right there. Okay, so I'm pulling out negative 8, and I'm left with w plus 5. Now I have the w plus 5, so that's going to be w plus 5, w squared minus 8. Let's do E. Group the first 2, group the second 2. What do those first 2 have in common? A p cubed. I'm left with p squared minus 6. The second 2 have a negative 2 because that sign is a negative. I'm left with p squared minus 6. So that's p squared minus 6 and p cubed minus 2. Then for G, group the first 2, group the second 2. Those first 2 have a 4x in common. I'm left with 2x plus 3. Second 2 have a y in common. I'm left with 2x plus 3. So that's 4x plus y and 2x plus 3. You can do those ones. There's the answers to them. Okay, let's do these now. So we're factoring trinomials in the form of ax squared plus bx plus c. Last time we factored with just x squared plus bx plus c. Now we just added the a. So let's first identify a, b, and c. So a is 18, b is negative 27, c is negative 5. So we're going to multiply a and c and place that on the top. So 18 times negative 5 is negative 90. That goes up top. B goes in the bottom, so that's negative 27. And then we're going to determine the factors that multiply to be negative 90 and add or subtract to be negative 27. So I'm going to write out the factors of 90. 1 and 90, that's not going to work. 2 and 45, that's not going to work. 3 and 30, that will work. Just 3 and negative 30. And then we're going to replace those. So I have 18x squared plus, so I'm replacing this b term right here, this, with this. So 3x and negative 30x. And you might have to interchange these. I know this one's going to work because I did it before, but sometimes if it doesn't work, you have to interchange them. So 18x squared plus 3x minus 30x minus 5. Now this looks a lot like what we just did, where we're factoring by grouping. So I'm going to group those. Take out the 3x in the first one. Take out the negative 5. I'm left with 6x plus 1. So that's 6x plus 1 and 3x minus 5. Okay. Let's look at these ones. So 3 times 10 is 30. Negative 11 goes on the bottom. Now I have to see what multiplies to be 30, adds to be negative 11. That's negative 5 and negative 6. So that's 3x squared minus 6x minus 5x plus 10. Group them. We can pull out a 3x from those first two. I'm left with x minus 2. Pull out a negative 5. I'm left with x minus 2. So it's x minus 2 and 3x minus 5. Okay, let's do this one. So 9 times negative 2 is negative 18. 3 is on the bottom. So what multiplies to be negative 18 adds to be 3? Well, that's negative 6 and 3. So I'm going to have 9m squared minus 3m plus 6m minus 2. Group those, pull it out. You get 3m and 3m minus 1, 2 and 3m minus 1. So that's 3m minus 1 and 3m plus 2. Okay, now for m, 4 times 1 is 4. A negative 4 on the bottom. We have to see what multiplies to be 4, adds to be negative 4. That's negative 2 and negative 2. So that's 4a squared minus 2a plus 1. Group those, and you're left with 2a minus 1 times 2a minus 1, which is really just 2a minus 1 squared. Okay, I want you to do those ones right there. Those are the answers you should get. Thanks for watching, and take the quiz. That was really short. I was expecting it to be longer. Okay, bye.